Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a very busy day for me today. And as you can see, I'm actually recording in an unusual environment. I've parked this car just opposite the cooperative bank, their branch in Kisumu, so that I can just do this for you guys, because I know so many people have been waiting for this particular analysis. I don't have microphone, but I hope the audio quality will not disappoint that much. And of course, you all understand the kind of weather we have in Kisumu. I have to close the windows, and I'm trying to interchange between putting the AC and putting it on and off so that it doesn't really interfere much with the output of the audio. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. And for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please, what we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. Now, Raila Odinga, the ODM party leader, and Kilonzo Musyoka, who was his running mate in the last election, decided to quit NASA coalition. Earlier, Kilonzo, Mudavadi, Weta, and Gideon Moi had formed One Kenya Alliance. Kilonzo Musyoka quit NASA to join One Kenya Alliance. Gideon Moi, who was perceived to be the chief financier of One Kenya Alliance, also decided to quit One Kenya Alliance. So there's a lot of confusion. But I want us to look at the options available for Musalia Mudavadi after Raila Odinga and Kilonzo Musyoka decided to quit NASA. And by the way, in my considered opinion, and I've said this severally, that NASA died on the date of the swearing in. That's the honest truth. But let's assume that NASA is dead and it died yesterday or the day Kilonzo Musyoka left. But what are the options available for Musalia Mudavadi? We all know that Musalia Mudavadi was claiming the ownership of NASA as the founder, while we all know also that he actually joined NASA a bit late. But what are his options after these two gentlemen decided to quit? Do we even have NASA without Raila Odinga? Of course, we can have NASA without Kilonzo. We can have NASA without Weta. And we can have NASA without Musalia Mudavadi. But can we have NASA without Raila Odinga? The fact that Raila Odinga decided to leave NASA means that NASA is dead. But what are the options available now for Musalia Mudavadi? In my view, Musalia Mudavadi has very, very little options available to him. The first option, in my view, is to join William Samoei Ruto and become his running mate. If Musalia Mudavadi is serious of becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya, or even joining government, he has no option but only one: join William Samoei Ruto and become his running mate. Kilonzo and Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi and Ruto joining hands will mean they have the tyranny of numbers. Ruto will come with the support which he's already worked so hard to achieve. Then Musalia Mudavadi will come with the loyal votes. The truth of the matter is that I don't think Musalia Mudavadi can become the president in 2022. But joining a government is the best option for him. If he can't join a government headed by Raila Odinga, then his only option, in my view, is to join William Ruto and add the tyranny of numbers, convince lawyers that after Ruto he'll be the president, convince lawyers that the only avenue for him of ascending to the presidency is through Ruto. Then they can defeat the deep state. So that's, in my view, is the first option. Join William Ruto's camp. The second option, in my view, for Mudavadi is that he can form or create a third force. As we speak today, the 2022 presidential election is actually a two-horse race between Raila Odinga and William Samoei Arap Ruto. But there are many Kenyans who are wishing and hoping for a third force. This third force has not been forthcoming. One Kenya alliance was destined, if it were to live to its expectation, was actually destined to create or to form a very strong third force. But what can you say about One Kenya alliance? One Kenya alliance is already dead. And since it is dead, it means third force is not there. So Musalia Mudavadi can figure out how he can craft his campaign strategy, because he's actually fashioning himself as the guy who can change the economy of the Republic of Kenya. And because he's the only guy who is doing that, he can team up with the people who are tired with the politics of Raila and the politics of Ruto, and these people can support him. And the idea behind this is that he can then, after the election, let's say he becomes number 3, because he can't become number 1, he can't become number 2 with the third force, he can become number 3 with one prayer that Kenyans are going to go for a runoff. And if Kenyans will be going for a runoff, then Musalia Mudavadi can then decide to determine who becomes the president of the Republic of Kenya after the election. Basically, what this means is that if we are going to have a runoff, Musalia Mudavadi then can have a post-election coalition agreement, either with Raila or with Ruto. The advantage of this is that this will be done under his terms, not the terms of any other person, under his terms. Because Ruto will be desperate if you want to make it the first round. Raila will be desperate if you want to make it the first round. So the only option, the second option for him is to form a third force. And of course, we know that forming a third force in this country is very easy. The NGOs will easily support that. The civil society will easily support that. There are certain people who, like now Mudavadi, being an economist, there's people who believe that Raila and Ruto are not doing the right thing, so they can easily support that. Number 3, his third option. Let me put the engine on again so that at least I can get some fresh air. Now, the third option for me is for him to focus on winning more parliamentary seats, more senatorial seats, more gubernatorial seats, and more MCS. He can even decide to focus his attention in Western Kenya. This would mean that after succeeding in winning, because for you to qualify for political parties funds, you must have certain numbers of members of parliament. I think three governors. You need 3 governors, you need 3 senators, and I think 20 members of parliament and 40 MCS. Mudavadi can easily get 40 MCS. He can easily get 20 members of parliament if the Western Kenya will support him. He can get 3 governors. He can get Vihiga governor. He can get Kakamega governor. He can get which one? Maybe Busia, if he is serious, or even Nairobi, or even just like happened to him Lamu in the last election. So he can do that, win those seats. Then his party is going to qualify for political funding. Then he can focus now not on 2022 election, because 2022 election is out of equation. He can then focus on 2027 general elections, with the assumption that Raila Odinga is likely to win and not going to go for a second term. But if Ruto is going to win and is going to go for a second term, I think Ruto with the state machinery, nobody can actually stop him. So in my view, the third option for him is to focus on winning more parliamentary seats, more civic seats, more senators, more governors. Number 4, in my view, his fourth option is to focus his attention in Western Kenya. If you've been following Musalia Mudavadi, and I want to do another video, and I want to ask a very tough question. Who is sabotaging Raila Amolo Odinga? Raila Odinga has laid an elaborate campaign strategy beginning next week. Kisii, then he was going to go point A, B, C, D. Then curfew has not been lifted. Most Kenyans had hoped that the curfew was going to be lifted. So that has not happened as we speak. But let's not get into that. Mudavadi can actually focus on consolidating the larger Western Kenya. I'm recording. Sorry, that's my madam. Sorry guys, that's my madam. Now I was saying Musalia Mudavadi can focus on consolidating the larger Western Kenya support base. Then use that to bargain with any government. If Ruto becomes the president, he will bargain with it. If Raila becomes the president, he will bargain with him. If it's Musalia Mudavadi, if it's Kilonzo Musyoka, he will be able to bargain with them. Because the next government is going to be a very interesting government. Most political parties are going to compete for the political parties' funding. Most regions are going to vote tribally. And very few political parties are actually going to win in the first round. So the best thing for him is to try so hard to win the Western Kenya support base. And lastly, he can choose just to run without plan the way he's doing. Then he's going to be headed for the political oblivion. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Again, for those watching this, can you close that door? For those watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. I want you guys to say hi to my wife. That's the first lady. Okay? Okay, bye-bye guys.